Good morning, everyone. It is January 20th, class number 14 for KIT Iizuka, English 4C. This is the last class before the final test. It is class number 14th, and next week is our final test. Just one thing to note about that final test, because this is my last chance to really speak to all of you. It is an optional Zoom room. Okay, so once the class time starts, you'll be able to access the final test. Click on this and you'll be able to do your attempt. The quiz is not currently available, so you can't do the attempt, but there'll be a button here that says start the quiz, okay? The time limit is 1 hour and 30 minutes, so you have 90 minutes to do it, okay? And you can do it anytime between the time of the class, 10:30, okay, and 2:30 p.m. on Friday. You can do this basically over, 30 hours or so. But if you start the test will continue for 90 minutes. You can't take a break. Even if you go to your dictionary and you leave your browser, the timer will continue. So be careful of that, okay? It's not like you can just go take a break and do that test for 90 minutes in little bits. You have 30 minutes in total from the time that you start. And even if you leave your browser or anything else like that, you will continue with the timer. Now, another thing that's important, it will end at 2:30 p.m., okay? Which means that if you start this, okay, at 2 p.m., you will have only 30 minutes, even though the time limit is for 1 hour and 30 minutes, sorry, 1 hour and 30 minutes. If you start at 2 p.m., you have only 30 minutes until the time limit. So whichever one runs out first, either the 90-minute test time limit or the actual open window, the time limit for the actual test. So be careful of that. If you want the full 90 minutes, start this at least on Friday by 1 p.m. Okay, so let's move back to here. Now, that's the final test. That'll be due on Friday next week. This week, we don't have that much, except your homework answers are available for Chapter 11. Please make sure you check that out. And today, I wanted to just make sure that we have a chance to practice your vocabulary, because vocabulary is going to be a big part of that test. And I wanted to go over what will be on the test. Okay, so this is what will be on the test. Everything in Chapter 3, Chapter 10, and Chapter 11 of the textbook of Working in Japan. Our class covered Chapter 3, Chapter 10, Chapter 11. So everything that was in those 3 chapters, all of the questions that were there, the reading that was there, all of the interviews that were there on the DVD, especially too, we're going to be going over vocabulary, all of the vocabulary that was in there. And I want to remind you, we're going to be looking at all of it, but the vocabulary for number 11 is for this week. But if you want to check the vocabulary for Working in Japan number 3, that's in class number 7. So let's quickly go there. Class number 7 has the Quizlet material for Working in Japan number 3. And if you look at that, just like we're going to look at Quizlet today, okay, you'll see all of the vocabulary here, all of this vocabulary, 29 words in this set. The vocabulary questions will be based on all of these words. Any of these words in here might show up in the vocabulary section of that test. So that was class number 7, okay, that had Quizlet number 3. Excuse me. Class number 10 had, whoops, now where did it go? Where was it now? Was it the one before that? Hang on, I thought it was number 10, but let me just check here. Quizlet. That's number 3. There's number 10. Okay, number 10 was in, oh, sorry, it was in class number 11. It wasn't in class number 10. It was in class number 11. That was Quizlet Working in Japan number 10. And this week, okay, class number 14 is the Quizlet with the words from Working in Japan number 11. All right, so Working in Japan number 3 is in class number 7. Working in Japan number 10 was in class number 11. And this week, number 10, I'm sorry, number 11 is in class number 14. Sorry, I got really confused with these changing numbers. Okay, all of that vocabulary will be in the final test. The chapters 3, 10, and 11. Also, too, if you again look through this for the listening quiz. Okay, remember how we had 2 listening quizzes? One was studying with Netflix between me and Ayumi, Aikawa Ayumi. She's one of my ex-students, and she speaks English very fluently, but she has a little bit of a Chinese accent. And I thought that would be interesting for you to listen to a Chinese person speaking English. That was your listening quiz number 1. On the final test, there will be another conversation with her, okay, and with Charlie, if you guys remember Charlie from the other listening quiz. So if you look at the other listening quiz, okay, about gentle education, okay, Charlie and I also have another conversation. So there will be 2 more conversations on the listening quiz that you have not yet heard, but they will be with the same people. They will be again with Charlie and Ayumi and me. And those 2 conversations, you have to listen, try to figure out the word that was in there. So if you want to get prepared for the test, remember it'll be the same people and me. Our voices will be on the final test. Okay, there's that. Also, if you remember the email quiz, okay, the email quiz that we did, the email writing quiz. So these email writing quizzes also will be in your email writing quizzes will also be in the final test. So the email writing quiz, the listening quiz, chapter 3, 10, and 11, all of that content, especially the vocabulary, that will be in the final test. Okay, and today we're going to do the last bit of work on building this Quizlet. And if you have any questions, you can email me at jdmcruz@gmail.com, or you can ask me at the end of this class. Okay,